If one wasn't good enough for you, two better be. Texas lands two five-star commitments in a matter of hours. Tyler Atkinson, number one linebacker in the country, commits from the state of Georgia to Texas. James Johnson committed to Georgia, flips to Texas. Welcome in. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe and let's talk about it. So James Johnson comes in at 6'3", 285 pounds. I believe committed to the University of Georgia about 2 to 3 weeks ago. He is the number one defensive tackle in the country, high four-star or five-star, depending on the service you use. I use the 247 composite, so he is the 64th best player nationally, and he is the 8th defensive lineman in the 247 composite and number one defensive tackle. I think he should be a five-star. I think by the end of the cycle, he will be a five-star. Whatever he is a hell of a football player and a guy that Texas needed, in my opinion, because we have a lot of run pluggers. We have a lot of run stoppers in this class with a Vodney Cleveland and a Dylan Berryman. This is a two-gap guy. This is a guy that can shoot the gap and go make plays rushing the passer. This is a guy at the next level, your Byron Murphy type, who can probably get 6 to 8 sacks from that defensive tackle position. I really like this football player. He is a hell of a football player. He is a super explosive football player. You see that right off the tape. Does he play against the best competition? No. That is something that transitioning to college, he may need a little bit of time. Guess what? Colin Simmons needed a little bit of time. He wasn't thrown into it right out of the gate. Texas does not do that with their younger football players. They didn't do it with Colin Simmons. They didn't do it with Anthony Hill. They didn't do it with Arch Manning. I don't expect this guy to be thrown into the fray right away. He'll probably sit or be slowly put into the game his first year. And then that second year, I expect him to take off at the University of Texas. But a huge, huge commitment here and flip for the Texas Longhorns, overcoming the Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia went 2-0 on the field versus Texas. Texas has beaten them today for Tyler Atkinson. They can have beaten him for James Johnson. Last cycle, they beat him for Justice Terry. So to win the games on the field versus Georgia, you have to start recruiting like them and beat them off the field. And we have started to do that in spades, guys. Really, really good job for this Texas staff. 82-inch wingspan. That is a freakish wingspan for a defensive lineman. He is able to get his paws on you very early, obviously, with that long wingspan. John Turntine has like an 82, 83-inch wingspan, and that's at the offensive line position, and that's a guy that's 6'4" already, so he's already an inch taller. This guy's already got a longer wingspan than him at the defensive tackle position. Really, really freaky body type for him. I think he can play across the whole line of scrimmage. Three tech, four tech, long day, guys. A lot of videos. Like I said, Tyler Atkinson, James Johnson. I was also on Mark's channel for the SEC Media Days. This puts Texas as the 6th class in the country. Very, very impressive for Texas. They have jumped up like 5 or 6 spots in the past couple hours. They've jumped up a lot over the past couple weeks with their recruiting. Yes, there have been some misses, Braden Rouse, guys like that, but there's been a lot of hits as well. I expect the hits to keep coming. We talked about this earlier in the morning, and we'll talk about it again. Derek Cooper recruitment. Now, this could get interesting because guess what? Georgia's probably pissed off a little bit. 1. 2, they have a little bit more money to work with now. So do they push more money towards Derek Cooper? We will see. I think they were kind of trending 3rd or 4th even there, but a long time. We have 5 days until he commits to the University of Texas. So plenty of time for Georgia to get back into this thing and make it happen. So that would be a concern of mine overall. But let's jump over to James Johnson again real quick. So that puts Texas at 8 top 100 players for the class, which is a tremendous, tremendous number. That puts them at 20 commits for the class. So really good number heading into the football season. I expect them to be at 21 or 22, honestly, by the time the season rolls around. And probably looking at it, if they land Derek Cooper, they're going to have a top 5 class going into the season, which is a higher class than they had last year going into the season. I think they were in the like 10 to 12 range. So Texas is doing a hell of a job heading into the season. That puts us on at 3 to 4 stars, or 3 to 4, 5 stars, depending on the service you use, whether that's On 3, which I believe would have us at 4, ESPN, I believe, would have us at 3 or 4, and then 247 has us at 3. I honestly don't really care what ESPN has to say. I think they're the worst out of all these, but On 3 has us at 4, 247 has us at 3. I think Richard Wesley's a 5-star. I don't know why 247 doesn't have that. And I think James Johnson is a 5-star too. I think when all is said and done in this class, Texas is going to have 5 or 6 5-stars, which is insane to say. That is a really, really high number of 5-stars in a class. And that is how you compete and beat the big boys. And that is how you compete and win and build championship programs. That is also how you peel and replace. You're able to peel them off the wall, ship them out to the NFL, replace them with other guys you had in your cabinet. So Texas, what a day. What an exciting day. SEC Media Days. Tyler Atkinson and now James Johnson, the number 1 defensive tackle, flips to the Texas Longhorns. Again, guys, please hit that like button and please subscribe down below. We are here every Monday night with any breaking news, any recruiting updates. We'll probably talk about this as well. Any game previews. We have the Ohio State. We have the Georgia game previews. We're going to have a Texas A&M one coming up. We're going to have a Florida one coming up. So please tune in, stick around, and join us every Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And as always, guys, please hit that like button, please subscribe, and hook 'em.